Hello, beautiful seven pinners. This is your recording for November for your invitations and your challenges. And I'm sitting at my piano right now. I hear music when I talk about numerology, and so I've been kind of playing a little bit of an example of what this coupling that you have. Your bogey is 9 this month. That's coupled with your 7 frequency. So I'm just going to play a little bit. I think you know this piece. This is what the movement feels like as you move through the month. Just a tiny bit here. So anyways, let's get into the chatting here. You know that in your year, you've been focusing on the wisdom of your heart. It is the mystic inside of you. And as we move into November, which is an 11 frequency, which is a psychic channel, it is a stagnant energy that is there for us to utilize and grab onto just massive pops of intuitive insights, awareness levels, and then to do something with it. So then it becomes an action-oriented byproduct of it, right? But it's stagnant in its form. Okay. There's also magic and mystical events that are happening all through this month, and the last quarter for all the pins is a repeat of the first quarter of the year, where your February energy of 9 in a 2 frequency of February is now functioning as a 9 backed by an 11 frequency. So it's this opportunity in the last 3 months, 10, 11, and 12, to be able to bring home the experience that you've had with your 7 journey, right? All right, so obviously 9 is going to be about, at the highest octave, it's humanitarianism. It is it's bringing people together from all walks of life. It's understanding the yin and the yang of consciousness, and having the wherewithal and fortitude to selflessly give without any thought of anything in return, because it just is, it's just ornate and organic in this 9 frequency that is very clean and clear, that we are spiritual beings as a collective having a human experience as individuals. Okay, so as you suffer, I suffer. As you heal, I heal. 9. The other, the boots on the ground and the boots on the ground application of 9 is letting go of things that no longer serve you. This is a release month, and it can cover anything in life: relationships, how you're doing your business, finals and endings. It is and oftentimes that just requires thoughtfulness of being aware that something is being asked to let go, and to slow yourself down enough to really allow yourself to have that conversation and drop into your heart center. As that 7-9 frequency is right next to each other, you guys, this has tremendous potential to really serve you well by the end of the month, and also tremendous peril. Disappointment, tremendous disappointment. And so you want to go for the the positive manifestation of the 7 frequency coupled with the 9 frequency. All right. And really drop into the energy of 7, which is this emotional intelligence. It's piping from your heart center, and allow this emotional intelligence to be an active participant in your intellectual deductions. Let both be there. Let your intuition be a part of these conversations that you're having inside of yourself about things that are they're being presented to you, of being let go in order for there to be release, and then the opening for renewal, right? Yeah. This could cover, usually with 7-9, that means that there's something here having to do with money and assets and how you are working with what you have. It usually has something to do with your business, and oftentimes, you want to believe it or not, you guys, it can hit relationships as well. What if it is connected to how you react and how you respond and how you do something? What if it is connected to something that has outlived its usefulness in feeling victimized, or feeling used, or feeling not seen and not heard? So there are these intangible aspects of it too. It's just going to be contingent on you and your life and what's going on in your life. Repetition of letting go, letting go. Now, the shadow aspect of 9, while it is phenomenal on its face, as an emancipated expression of unity and really being the cheerleader that sees all of us and appreciates all of us and honors all of us and selflessly gives, because it is just innate to our nature. The underbelly of that is not being able to let go of the past, holding on too tightly. And the reason why is you just don't know what is around the corner. Maybe it's loss of stability if you let that relationship go. Maybe it's loss of financial security if you let this way of doing commerce go. Maybe it is just loss of community if you say, I can no longer be in this dynamic within this series of relationships, and that, I could sit here for a long time talking about this. This includes the intangible stuff, which is like how you talk. And there are certain communities that require you to act and talk a certain way. What if you're saying, I got to let that go? That potentially means that you could lose that community, or you are no longer invited to, that party, whatever the collective is there. So it's a very interesting month for you guys. When you couple it with the 7, there's a ton of introspection and really thinking about preparing for your 1 month next month, which is creating something out of nothing. And I'm not going to jump in there, but it's what needs to be cleaned up in order for there to be space for bringing something new in a short 30-day period. What's got to get cleaned up, you guys? And the 7 will help you think that through. As long as the 7 is getting piped here from the heart chakra, remember that the underbelly of 7 is just shutting off intuition, falling completely into the mind only, and then that goes into distrust, it goes into isolation, it goes into feeling somewhat paranoid and a little miserly, and all this stuff. When you couple then the mess of the 7 and the 9 shadow together, it really creates a semi-perfect storm that is, you're gonna go all the way down the hill, and it just takes time to come back up, to reset. So I would lean into your intuitive self. I'd get the fire going, I'd get the candles going in your house. I would find that space where you're really falling into mindfulness, and you're listening and you're paying attention here as you're going out and you're doing and you're practicing philanthropy and loving and helping people, because it just feels organic to you and innate to you, right? And that seven's only going to make these connections and these relationships and these bonds richer and more stabilized. And really there's a trust factor that starts to build, and that you're going to be pleased by being the leader in this way, and being this kind of a leader, you guys, as you move through this month. That is it for you. If you ever want to have a reading with me or look at anything, I'm over at one2listen.com. That's my home away from home. And the live link is right on my homepage here on my YouTube channel. Good luck, you guys. I'm sending you all the loves, and we'll have a phenomenal conversation next month.